What's good, people? We back with another Top TV. I'm here at the Entrepreneur Expo with Jackie, the boss, and Ebony, the therapist.
Ebony J, the trap therapist.
Ebony J, the trap therapist. And so they came to the Entrepreneur Expo today to show off their merchandise, they book, they novels. Not just merchandise, actually tools of instruction to help you live by, to guide you through life. How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. How are you, Jackie?
I'm feeling joyful and good.
You feeling joyful and good? Well, I'm glad you're feeling joyful and good because I'm feeling good too. You know, so I want to ask Jackie first, Ebony, because I know you probably already been writing previously before your daughter. Jackie, do you take after your mother when it comes to the writing aspect of things, or is it something that you always like to do?
My mother is my inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So
Duh.
after my mother.
Duh, Hollywood.
I take after her.
Yeah.
But actually both, because it was my idea, but I got it from her.
Yeah.
So basically it's just both.
So basically it's both your idea.
Yes.
Because you came up with your own book.
Yes.
And so you got Ava Breaks the Rules.
I came up with the idea.
And then mom helped you put it together.
Yes.
How
both
old
of
are you?
these. I wrote this book when I was 7 years old, and
Oh,
now
really?
I'm 11. So
I couldn't write a book when I was 7 years old.
Me either.
How did you come up with the story, and then how did it go? How did the process go?
the process, it wasn't really long, but it did take forever for me.
Mm-hmm.
It felt real slow, but it came real fast. It just felt real slow at first, but then it came and it went. I got it in my hand.
Did you feel accomplished when your first book was finished? How did you feel? What was the feeling?
I was like, oh my gosh, like this is me. Like I did this. Like I'm a child author. Like not me. I was thinking at first. I was kind of thinking I was the first child author,
Yeah.
but when I go to events and stuff, and I hear about other people and other kids writing books, I'm like, oh, I'm not the first one. I'm one of them.
Right.
I'm one of them.
We one of them. You know what I'm saying? So Ava Breaks the Rules. Give us a short synopsis on what Ava Breaks the Rules. Okay, so you got Ava Breaks the Rules, and then you got Ava's Affirmation Adventures.
Yes.
Coloring book. So you got the coloring book that you can read.
A coloring book and then a reading book.
Okay. A coloring book and then a reading book.
Yes.
And you came up with this how long ago? The Ava's Affirmation Adventures.
This was just published in August.
Okay, so this is fairly new.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 3 novels.
Mm-hmm. So you want her to tell you about those first?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got 3, but you got 3 novels too.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit extra. So I
You gonna
came
go
up
in
with
depth?
this. Yes, I
Okay.
came up with this idea because when I was in kindergarten, there was this girl named Ava, and she was a big bully, and she would be.
So this is a true story?
Yes.
Okay.
She would just be rude to everybody for no reason, and everybody would just sit there and be like, "Why are you doing this?" And nobody would bother her or anything. She had this best friend named Layla, and Layla would always just be around her for be her best friend, even though she was a big bully.
Right.
And I didn't understand why. I was like, why are you being so rude? Like that's not you. Like we're in kindergarten and you're doing all this for no reason. And then I'm growing up and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, bullying is not okay. Like
Right.
if you're in 5th grade, like I don't know if she in 5th grade yet, because I don't know what's going on in her life, but I don't know. But
y'all was in kindergarten. With
yes,
her.
we was in kindergarten. She was just a big bully, and I didn't like it, and I didn't understand. And I told my parents about it. I'm like, there's this girl
Based
that's
on
in
a
my
true story, y'all.
yes.
So tell them what you came up with based on
So I came up with my mom has a friend named Miss Penny, and she came up with this group.
published Jim and Me.
Yes, this group called Jim and Me, and it gave me the idea of writing a book, and I've been going to their groups, and they like, yeah, they groups and stuff, and I've been learning about social and emotional learning. So my mom came up with a book about therapy, and I'm like, therapy is fun, like it's about kids and stuff, and like people learning how to take care of themselves, and like try to talk to themselves and calm themselves down. So I came up with this book, and it's about a little girl named Ava who breaks the rules, and she goes to therapy to learn about social and emotional learning. And just in case you don't know what social and emotional learning is, it means when you can control your emotions.
You did. You heard it here first. And so, just a short briefing on the back. Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm the creator of this book. I'm 7 years old. I'm just like all kids. I struggle with the following rules. Sometimes it's just too many. Oftentimes it's too hard. Then there are times where I just want to do my own thing. That's most kids. Well, I commend you on writing two, having your first novel, and then also creating a coloring book, and also putting this story out here to let other kids know that it's okay to express themselves. Whether it be through writing, whether it be through music, things like that. But you chose the writing aspect of it. You could have, your mother's a writer, so of course you took it naturally, huh?
Yeah.
And so I want to ask you, Ebony, what was the thinking behind, what was your thoughts when you heard, when Ava told you she wanted to write a book?
When Jackie wanted to write a book,
Jackie.
She,
I'm getting the characters mixed up.
Everybody always calls her Ava, but
yeah.
So like she said, myself, I had published my first book. Penny had published a book, and she was just kind of like, so Jackie's my mini-me. If you could see, she looks just like me.
Image.
She's actually my third child, but she is like my for real mini-me. So she kind of sees different things that I do and stuff like that, and so she wanted to do it, and she kept for a whole year. So she started actually when she was 6. Like, I want to write a book, and I'm like, okay, we'll write one. But she kept going.
Were you writing at that time? Were you writing something?
I had just published my first one. Yeah. And so she was just like, so I told Penny, I said, we got to get this girl a book. Like, I didn't really know. I went through a publishing company, and so I'm like, I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
So Penny had published hers, her own book, and then we came up with this. So I said, well, you want to write a book? What's the topic? And so she's like, following the rules or whatever. Yeah. And so we just sat down and we played with it. Like she said, Penny has a mental health group. She has a mentoring organization, that, mentor.
This is a young lady that y'all know.
That mentors young girls, and so they had an opportunity to let 10 girls publish books. So Jackie was the youngest one at the time that published books, so Penny's first author besides herself. And since then, Penny has done like 50 books, and Jackie has been an inspiration to like a couple of our cousins have published books with Penny.
Wow.
A couple of our friends, like it's a whole bunch of...
So Jackie helped people pick up the pen.
Yep.
Even though you had been writing all this time, you inspired your daughter, and then your daughter inspired other folks.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's great.
I love it. Yep.
She's the top of the world.
Yeah, and we on top TV, baby. But go ahead.
So, a little bit about myself. You are promoting the author part of me, but I'm actually a licensed therapist.
Okay.
I have a mental health agency in Euclid, Ohio. It's called Enduring the Course, Inc., where we provide therapy and case management and just therapeutic support for anybody. But, our focus is, of course, colored people, black people, and so we just want to make sure that we're reducing the stigma so people don't think that you want to go to therapy when your world is upside down or when you're crazy. That you could go to therapy for all type of things. I have a national recording artist was my one of my clients for a while. I have really like what you would consider high functioning clients that sometimes just have life changes or some struggles that come, and then we have some other people who have big challenges or life changes and stuff like that. But my bigger thing is to just make sure that we are getting help as a people. The more we take care of ourselves, in each other, the better the world is and the more safer it is. Because when you see things, if you think about like postal or stuff, you know, somebody going postal, they would come into the space where they worked at. Most of those people were people that worked at the post office.
They will just wait a day and just flip out.
Exactly. So I want to make sure that, and then we see all of the school shootings and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that my kids are able to go to school, and that we're just able to walk down the street and be safe as much as we possibly can. And a lot of that, especially in our community, it goes back to just the way we've been treated, different things that we don't have.
We've been traumatized.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if I can, you know, just kind of help our people out, that's what I want to do.
That's what's up.
To, you know, add to that platform is how we started birthing the book. So my first book actually is called Enduring the Course as well. It's the same as my company name. And it's just
Enduring the Course?
Yeah. And it's just talking about reducing the stigma again. Kind of just telling people like why it's important to not leave mental health untreated. Sometimes we think that we can just pray it away or we can just push through and different things like that, and that does not. That only works temporarily. Let
me ask you a question, Ebony. What's the difference between talking to your parents and talking to somebody that's a licensed therapist?
So that's a really good question. I've had clients all the time that say, "Oh, I do therapy for my friends all the time," or I give advice and different things like that. Like I'm really good at giving advice, and as a parent, you want to give your kids advice to point them in the right direction. The difference between a parent or somebody that you know and a therapist is that we have life experiences just like your parents or your friends or teachers or whatever, but we also have trained.
We've been trained on this.
Absolutely. Again, that's why I'm very clear about saying that I'm a licensed therapist versus just somebody who...
A certification.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
It's a big difference. And that just allows me to use theories and practices that have been tested, have been proven to work for people, and have been around for longer than any of us on this earth has been here. So that's the difference. So again, I have real world experiences as well as the education.
So tell me briefly about some of these novels you got.
So the second one is called Dear Stacy. So Stacy is actually my son. And it is so I thought it would be cute to title it Dear Stacy after him. But it's a book of letters, combination of letters to, from, and about black men. So just kind of talk about some experiences. Most of them are uplifting and empowering, but there's some of them that speak our truth. There's some that's talking about like a deadbeat dad and how that person on the other end of that child on the other end of that feels being left by their dad. There's some that talk about...
So your son... This is about your son?
It's not about my son. It's just titled Stacy.
It's just titled his name. Okay.
I did write a letter to him, kind of talking about his life and his accomplishments. My son is 17, so just kind of talking about that. He's a senior in high school. So some of the things that I've seen him go through, struggles, as well as the good thing that he's done. He's very creative.
We all know how high school can be when you're a young man.
He's very creative, and he's I call him my outside of the box kid. He has taught himself. He's in a band. He's in a marching band as well as orchestra, and it's another one I forgot. But he's self-taught.
Musically inclined.
Absolutely. And he's just very creative. He likes to do different things. He's been skateboarding for years. He goes fishing. And that's not like new to people, but in this generation, that's not people.
Well, in the urban community, most of the time, we don't really experience a lot of different activities and things of that nature. So when you able to do fencing or tennis or something outside of the norm,
absolutely,
it is different.
Yep. So I have a letter talking to him, and then there's a letter that he wrote back to the world, and then in between that is just letters to just different black people. Specifically different black men. And just some experiences that people have had with them and some experiences that we want to have with them. So it has some love letters in there. It talks about, people have wrote letters to their husbands. It's some black men that wrote letters to other black men or to young black men, some of them to their sons. So it's a really cool book.
That's something right there.
Yeah,
I'm
really excited
about that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And then my last one is also an affirmation coloring book. One of the things that Jackie didn't tell you about, one thing that we do, we try to do it every morning. We don't always do it, but affirmations are very important, and I'll go ahead and let her talk about what affirmations are and how we use them.
It's right on the back of our book as well. It's like something that I need to know for myself, like, while I'm in school, like in elementary school, because my elementary school is full of drama. Like, my class, even the other class, like, they have so
Not
much drama. And they want to make up lies just to get revenge on other people when they don't do anything.
So what is affirmations?
Affirmations are very, very, very positive words for yourself. Like, if you say you're getting bullied in school, for me, basically. Say you're getting bullied in school, or you just don't have self-love, and you just feel like you're not enough for anybody, and you don't love yourself enough.
You gotta put them positive words
Yes,
in there.
and you don't love yourself enough just to be like, wow, I'm me. I don't need nobody else. I'm a boss myself. I'm gonna boss this up. So
You're hearing it from the boss right now.
So, affirmations are like a very good positive words you say to yourself. Like, for example, like, I'm smart, I'm kind. Like, I say affirmation usually, not all the time, but sometimes, like, when
What do
I
we do in
need
the
to,
morning?
yeah, or I do it at school by myself. Like, when I have my little me time or whatever, and I'm just sitting at my desk when my teacher is teaching, I'd be like, if there's like something going on or something, I'd be like, God, please help me out. I know something is going on, but please help me mind my business and keep this shield around me.
Hey, and if a kid can do that, anybody that's an adult can definitely make that happen.
And now I'm starting to do that every day, because every day people can't stop being nice. Even like if we have like a substitute, like, people cannot stop being nice, and it's I don't like it.
So how do we use affirmations in the morning?
Sometimes we hold our hands, or we be like, me and my mom, like, before she drops me off in school, to go to school, we sit in the car in the line, and we be like, I'm gonna make good choices, I'm gonna get my work done, I'm gonna I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Just something positive, or something you think, or your goal, basically.
Your goal for the day. So
Your goal for the day.
We'll say, what's your 3? And so we typically start with 3 affirmations, and we just talk about something to help, like she said, encourage or improve the day. Sometimes the hustle and bustle of the morning, or something could have happened last night, or you're busy. And so just taking that second real quick.
Yeah.
What's your 3? She say her 3, I say my 3.
Or
and
3
we
or
keep
more,
going.
because she says more than 3 every single morning. Every time she skips 3, and I don't say anything because she know we do 3. But usually she'll do more than 3 and be like, "We're supposed to be through 3. You asked me for my 3. I'm gonna ask you for your 3."
Right.
But it's not a big deal.
As long as we get them positive words out.
Exactly.
Right?
Me personally, affirmation is my favorite word in the world. Like,
Affirmation is my favorite word
are
in the
my
world.
favorite word, because it's positive. And affirmations, you can either say it to yourself or somebody else. Like, that's really all you can say it to, because we only got one life. We literally only have one life.
Listen, if a young human, I ain't gonna even call her a kid, if a young human can understand these things, then you as an adult can understand these things. I want to thank you all for coming out to the Energiedamour Business Expo today.
Thanks for having us.
I'm gonna chop it up with some of the other entrepreneurs. Make sure y'all, can they get these books online?
Yes.
Yep. You can get them on Amazon, or either you can go to my
Our
Instagram.
website, or our website.
But my Instagram is Ebony, so EBONY_JAE. You can reach out to us, and we will definitely get them to you.
That's what's up. Hey, make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be back with some more entrepreneurs right here at the Energiedamour Expo in a minute.